topic is all about division of polynomials. There are two methods in dividing polynomials. Those two methods are the long method and synthetic division. So every problem will be solved using these two methods, long method and synthetic division. So here are the learning objectives for this afternoon. First, you will find the quotient of polynomials using the long method. And second, you will find the quotient using synthetic division. Let us first talk about the definition of a polynomial expression. A polynomial expression, represented by the symbol p of x, is an expression of the form a of n, this is a of n, and should be a lowercase. So this is a of n, a of n times x of n plus a of n minus 1. N minus 1 is a subscript of the second a. And then times x of n minus 1 plus, so the value has a decreasing subscript, which show the form of polynomial expression. This will be n minus 2, x of n minus 2, and then up to the point wherein a is of 1, which means this is a number only, times x plus a of 0. This is a number only without any variable. So this is the general form of the expression, which is a polynomial expression. And take note that a of n, or this term, should not be equal to 0. Where the positive non-negative integer n is called the degree of polynomial, and coefficient a of 0, ang mga superscript, and a of 1, a raised to 1, and are real numbers. So take note that these particular expressions are not variables. So those na naka-red are actually real numbers. The only variables are x, but those expressions in red font are real numbers. So you will understand it more as we proceed with examples. So say, for example, this one. In this case, 2x cubed plus x squared minus 2x minus 1 is an example of a polynomial expression. Negative 1 serves as a of 0 in this form. A of 0, which means the term without a variable, so negative 1. And then this term, negative 2x, is the value here in the form a of 1x, which means number with x. And then as you can see, the exponent will increase. It will become squared, and then the highest exponent is cubed for x. So an example of a polynomial expression is 2x cubed plus x squared minus 2x minus 1. And then it will be divided by another polynomial, a binomial x plus 1. So this method, you can see this example in your learning activity sheet. This example is dividing the polynomial using the long method. So let us discuss how we divide polynomial using the long method. We do this just like how we divide numbers. So this polynomial, the polynomial 2x cubed, minus x squared minus 2x minus 1 is called the dividend. And then x plus 1 is the divisor. So the dividend will be written inside Again, the dividend will be written inside, and then the divisor should be written outside. So this is the dividend, and this is the divisor. Now, to find the quotient, you will start with the first terms. The first terms are 2x cubed for the dividend and x for the divisor. You will divide 2x cubed by x. Divide 2x cubed by x. The answer is 2x squared. So since x has 1 here, 2 divided by 1 is 2, and then x cubed divided by x is x squared. Simply subtract the exponent. So we obtained the first term of the quotient, which is 2x squared. And then multiply, just how we divide numbers. Multiply 2x squared and x. The product is 2x cubed. And then, of course, we also multiply 2x squared with 1, not only in the first term, but also in the second term. So 2x squared times 1 is 2x squared. The answer will be written here as the second term. And then subtraction, just like how you divide numbers. Subtract 2x cubed minus 2x cubed, 0. So cancel out here. Now, for the second terms, x squared minus 2x squared, subtraction. Of course, we change the sign of the subtrahend. It will become negative x squared because we subtract 1 and 2. So 1 minus 2, negative 1. And copy the variable x squared. And then we repeat the process. This time, negative x squared divided by x. So dividing negative and positive, quotient is negative. Subtract the exponent x squared minus 1, 1. So x, negative x. Do the same, multiply negative x times x, negative x squared, negative x times 1, negative x. Subtract 0, the first terms will be equal to 0. Then bring down negative 2x, subtract negative 2, and this will become positive because we are subtracting. So change the sign of the subtrahend. Negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. And then copy the variable x, so negative x. And then bring down the last term, negative 1. Next, do the same process. Negative x divided by x is negative 1. Negative 1 times x, negative x. Negative 1 times 1, negative 1. So here, we arrive at the same binomials. Therefore, the result is 0. There's no remainder. Meaning, the quotient is 2x squared minus x minus 1. That's how we divide polynomial using the long method. We just simply follow the way how we divide numbers. The only difference is that there are variables along with the numbers. Any questions with long method? With the long method?
None po.
Let us move to synthetic division. So in long method, we, from the name itself, long, the process requires many operations and in detailed form. But in the next method, it will be simplified. You will not see the variables in the solution. All you will see in the solution are numbers. So the process are the same. The only difference between the long method and synthetic division is that in synthetic division, we omit the variables. We only use the numbers. Okay, let us proceed with synthetic division. So let us use the same problem. 2x cubed plus x squared minus x minus 1 divided by x plus 1. The first step is to identify the divisor, and it will be placed here in the left side corner in a box. Now, the number here will depend on the divisor. In this case, the divisor is x plus 1. You will change the sign of the number. So it is plus 1. Change it to its opposite sign. That's why naging negative 1. So kung x minus 1 to, you will use positive 1. Always replace the sign. And then next step, we get the numerical coefficients of the dividend. We start here. 2 for 2x cubed the number of the coefficient is 2, so copy 2. For x squared, 1. For 2x, negative 2. And the negative 1, the constant. And then, bring down 2. Next step, bring down 2. Multiply 2 and negative 1. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Put the product here. So, second line. And then, add. Addition dito. Addition. 1 plus negative 2 is negative 1. Negative 1, repeat the procedure. Negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. And then add again. Negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. Add again. Negative 1 plus 1, 0. No remainder. So, now we are now ready to write the answer, the quotient. To write the answer, you will consider the numbers at the last line. Okay, the numbers at the last line are the numerical coefficient of the quotient. If the number here, in the last column, if the number here is 0, there's no remainder, 0 remainder. Then the next number, in this case negative 1, is the constant negative 1. And then the number next to that, negative 1, is the numerical coefficient of the term containing x. So, negative 1 x. We don't write negative 1x, we just write negative x. So, we omit negative 1 because we need to place x. And then the next number to that, in this case 2, should be the numerical coefficient of the term containing x squared. So, we now write x squared and then 2. Therefore, the quotient is 2x squared minus x minus 1.